Do you want to be a duelist like one of the Three Musketeers? Do you want to be that person that just has that it quality like Taylor Swift? Or do you want to be an inspiring leader like Stacker Pentehouse in Pacific Rim? Then the Charming Hero is for you. The Charming Hero is the final archetype in Everyday Heroes that I'm covering here on my archetype series, and it has 4 basic classes: the duelist, the icon, the leader, and the manipulator. At first level, the Charming Hero gets influence, tricks, and class talent. Influence are dice that you use to spend on your special tricks. You choose your tricks from your classes, which we'll go over those tricks as we go through the classes. Of course, they get class talents like every other class here in Everyday Heroes gets. The proficiency bonus goes up from +2 to +4. The defense bonus goes from +1 to +3. The influence die type goes from D6 at level 1 all the way up to D10 at levels 9 and 10. And they start with 2 tricks at level 1 and they get all the way up to 5 tricks at level 10. They have D8 hit points, a defense of 10 plus charisma or dexterity modifier, and the Charming Hero defense bonuses. The duelist is a fighter who prefers style over brutality. They have dexterity and charisma saving throw proficiencies, skilled in acrobatics, athletics, deception, endurance, intimidation, and performance, and have basic and historical equipment. At level 1, they get precision, which lets them do 1 additional weapon die of damage when using a finesse weapon. At level 3, they get on guard, which lets them add their charisma modifier to their initiative rolls. At level 5, they get advanced combat training, which gives them 2 attacks when using the attack action. At level 7, they have fancy footwork, which lets them have opportunity attacks made against them have disadvantage. And at level 9, they have panache. Whenever you add your influence die to an attack's damage or to reduce the damage dealt to you, double the results of the influence roll. They have a number of tricks for the class. For example, they have Disarming Strike, which lets them roll an influence die to add the result of the damage and then force the target to make a strength save or drop an object of their choice. There's Parry, which lets you reduce the damage incoming by an influence die plus a charisma modifier and stuff like that. So some pretty neat tricks, as you might expect a duelist to have. The icon is too cool for school. They have that it quality about them. They have dexterity and charisma saving throws. They can choose 3 from acrobatics, athletics, arts and crafts, deception, intimidation, performance, persuasion, and streetwise for skills. They have basic and advanced equipment, and they have celebrity expertise. They can choose 1 from arts and crafts, performance, and persuasion to have expertise in. At level 1, they get banter and center of attention. Banter lets them, as a bonus action, they can give the next attack of one of their allies made against a target advantage. Center of attention, as long as they continue to speak, perform, or otherwise attract attention, enemies and bystanders that can see or hear the icon will have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made against anyone and anything other than you. At level 3, they get flinch, which is a reaction when an opponent within 5 feet that can see you targets you with an attack. You can cause it to have disadvantage. At level 5, they get advanced combat training, which gives them 2 attacks using the attack action. At level 7, they get Not My Style, which is whenever you roll a 1 on an influence die or a damage die, you can re-roll that die once, taking the new result. And at level 9, they get Star of the Show. When you make an attack, you can choose to automatically hit, and that hit is a critical hit, and that refreshes after a short or long rest. I'll give you the names of some of these tricks the icon has, like Do You Know Who I Am, Frightening Blow, a Magnetic Personality, Insult to Injury. You know, the purpose of this is not to go through all these little tricks and everything like that. I'll leave that for you folks to discover. The leader is a natural leader. Even when they're not in a position of power, people look up to them. They have constitution and charisma saving throw proficiencies. They choose 3 from deception, insight, intimidation, medicine, perception, performance, persuasion, and social sciences. They get basic and advanced equipment and leadership expertise. They can choose either intimidate or persuasion to have expertise in. At level 1, they get command, which is as an action, an ally can use their reaction to make 1 attack or move up to the speed. At level 3, they get encouraging banter. Whenever the leader and his allies finish a short and long rest, him or any ally that can hear him each regain 1 spent hit die. At level 5, they get improved command, which lets them use the command talent as a bonus action. And yes, you can use the command talent as a bonus action and as a regular action as well, so you can do it twice. At level 7, you get rousing speech that gives the leader and up to 6 allies temporary hit points. And then at level 9, there's Aura of Leadership, that while the leader is conscious, the leader and each ally within 10 feet can add the charisma modifier of the leader to all saving throws. You have a number of tricks, some called Barking Order, the Defensive Order, Expiring Order, Motivate, and so on and so forth. And finally, we have the Manipulator, who is someone that's charming, useful, and mostly harmless. That's what the Manipulator wants you to think, because in reality, they have everyone dancing on their strings. They have Wisdom and Charisma saving throws. Choose 3 from Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Performance, Persuasion, and Sleight of Hand. No equipment proficiencies. That's important. They get Social Expertise. They choose 1 from Deception, Intimidation, and Persuasion to get expertise in. At level 1, they get Demoralize. As an action, they can do this. The target must make a Wisdom saving throw against a trick DC, and on a failed save, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks and some other stuff. At level 3, they get Copycat. They can perfectly mimic the voice of another person. At level 5, they get Hypnotize and improves Demoralize. Hypnotize lets them give a suggestion to a target. It's limited to a sentence or 2 and influence the person that can see or hear them. The suggestion has to be reasonable. And also, they get Improved Demoralize, which lets them use their Demoralize as a bonus action. At level 7, they get False Identity and Social Expertise. They can create impeccable false identities for themselves and up to 6 allies. Social Expertise lets them gain expertise in Deception, Intimidation, or Persuasion. And then at level 9, they get Master of Manipulation. They can always treat a roll of 9 or lower as a 10 on any charisma check that they can make. The tricks include things like Disappearing Act, Human Shield, Scapegoat, and In Your Head. And that is the Manipulator, and those are the classes for the Charming Hero archetype. I think of these, I have played the leader. I played the pre-gen leader for the 2D Dethrone a Dictator and enjoyed that. And the leader seems to be my style of play because, they're really a support character. Boosted. It's like the 4E Waller from D&D, which is something I really enjoyed having around. So that is, that's what I would do. That's what kind of character I would play if I was playing a charming hero. And I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I have to say that I'm really impressed with how many ways you can create somebody that is a martial artist in this game. Going from the duelist, all the way back to your archetypes in the strong hero like the brawler. The duelist, while, the picture in the duelist character page has a rapier, there's nothing to say that you can't fight with your bare hands, because I believe unarmed attacks can be finesse weapons as well. And so, yeah, there's a lot of neat little things with this. I really love this as Everyday Heroes system as an implementation of 5E in the modern action genre. I feel like Evil Genius did a fantastic job with this. I hope that they continue to make more stuff. I know that they have products in the line. A number of the cinematic adventures and settings based on the Universal Studios properties. They have the military handbook that's coming. I'm sure there's other things down the line. They just released an agent class, which is very MIB, X-Files inspired. So lots of good stuff coming. So tell me in the comments, what kind of charming hero would you play? Thank you for watching this video. And as always, see you later.